My name is Jason Riley and I work at the Wrightsville Beach office. My expertise is in the marine side of things. So I do everything from the boats and yachts to the businesses that support the boat and yacht businesses. So marinas, boat dealerships, boat builders. I've been with Wells Insurance now for going on 5 years, and I've been in the insurance industry for over 15. So my journey with insurance started working in a call center environment focused on personal lines insurance, which evolved into managing sales teams. And once that company moved on and relocated to a larger city, I chose to stay in Wilmington. Wanted to focus on something that I had a passion behind, which happened to be the boating business. So that's kind of how I ended up in this side of things. So it's not a big corporate agency. It's not a small mom and pop shop, but it's kind of the Goldilocks of insurance companies. So it's just the right size. Having worked at Wells Insurance, the thing that's most positively impacted my life is being able to work within an industry that I have a passion behind. So it's still insurance, which I've done for the past 15 years, but I work with a specific product that, I enjoy working with the clients that I have. One of the things I like the most about my job and kind of the industry that I'm working in is I do have a passion for fishing, spearfishing, and just boating in general. The most important lesson that I've learned in my career has got to be learning from your mistakes and not duplicating those. I think that can be a given for any industry, but I think specific to insurance, it's a little bit more critical because you're dealing with people's property and their livelihood. I think the most memorable part of my career had to be when I actually first insured this particular marina here. And that was kind of a start into the industry for me. And it was something that I had a lot of fun doing and kind of led me on the path to where I am today. The things I like to do when I'm not working is spend time with my family. I have 2 younger children. What I try and do is take my passions and introduce those to them. And fortunately, my kids enjoy the water as much as I do. So our weekends during the warmer months consist of hopping on the boat, going over to Masonboro, fishing, spending time on the water out of the heat. So my favorite volunteer activity now has been involvement with my child's school, and he's also involved in Scouts, so I help out with that as well. I'd have to say top of my bucket list would have to be a trip to the South Pacific, perhaps the Maldives. I think I know a guy that's done that before, and it looks like an amazing trip. It's a huge commitment, several weeks involved in order to do that trip, but perhaps before I'm 50, I'd like to do that. I can't really say that I have a favorite book. I'm more of a magazine reader, so my magazine choice, people don't read magazines much these days, but I enjoy reading the Surfer's Journal. Favorite podcast is probably Surf Splendor series, which is focused on the World Championship Tour and kind of the various events and the competitors involved in those events. Favorite band is a hard one to call because I like all different types of music, and it's hard to pick one in particular. If I was on a desert island, I would probably have Bob Marley in the mix, Led Zeppelin, and we'll just leave it at that. I can deal with those two. Favorite TV show is a hard one to pin. I'd have to go back in the record books and go with Breaking Bad as a best overall series I've ever watched. My favorite movie would have to be True Romance. I'd have to define success as kind of having happiness within the job or role that you have in life. As long as you're happy doing what you're doing, I think you can call that a success. Know when to hold them, know when to fold them. I'd have to say the best piece of advice I've ever received is to not take things too seriously.